Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. You know, I know it's easy to get caught doing the same thing every day, not manifesting your goals. Some of you may have dreams unrealized, just wondering, how can I get to my destination? Let's get you some help tonight. Give me a call, 877-358-CLTV, 877-358-2588. Joining us now from the Tribune Tower is business and personal consultant, owner of KP Consulting, Karyn Pettigrew. Karyn, how are you this evening?
I'm great, Gerard. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I
Good.
appreciate you being on the show. Karyn, we're talking about breakthroughs tonight, reaching your potential. Where does a person start? I got several calls this week from mostly young ladies who were saying, I'm trying to break out. I haven't improved over the last 5 years with my income and my relationships. Where do we start, Karyn, breaking through?
You know, the first step is to say what's true. You know, most of us are so afraid to take a close look at what we really want and to lay that out. And the key is to get it out of the ether, if you will. Yeah. You know, there are lots of thoughts floating around and we have lots of ideas, but rarely do we take it and we bring it down, literally start the list. What is it that you really want?
What do you mean by what's true, though, Karyn? Because this is a deep point. Are you saying that people lie to themselves?
I think that they rationalize themselves out of what they really want. Oh, I can't get there. Oh, it'll be too hard. Oh, I don't have the training or the skill set, or I don't know the people. I mean, there are all kinds of reasons why we can talk ourselves down from that ascension. You know, and that's what I mean about what's true.
So what happens is, by not looking at yourself truthfully, you let the excuses dominate because that becomes a part of your neuro-linguistic programming. Oh man, it's getting deep. Help me out now. Well, first of all, what is neuro-linguistic programming?
It's just a form of patterning, and typically it's used to help break patterns. So people who are trained in neuro-linguistic programming are helping people break through patterns that have been ingrained, and they do that by tapping sensations. I mean, there are a number of pieces that get into it, but the idea is we have to be aware of our own belief structures.
Yes.
Like, what is it that I really believe right now, and is that true, or am I just buying the hype?
Buying the hype.
You know?
What is it that I truly believe? So let's take an example, and I want to talk about passion versus necessity a little bit later.
Sure.
We also want to talk about blind spots, but let's look at a situation. Let's say a young lady wants to start a business. Let's say it's a greeting card business. Now, what might be one of the untruths that person might be dealing with, Karyn?
The market is saturated with greeting cards, and there are a lot of greeting cards out there, but you know, the thing that's happening in our society today is people are defining and identifying niches.
Yes.
Right? So instead of just looking at the overall greeting card business, you might say to yourself, what is it that I love about this idea? Is it special art? Is it special verse? Like, what is it? Is it to a special audience? Is it for a special occasion? And my recommendation would be to build that out of a niche, not just like this broad marketplace. And because we have this digital e-commerce, you know, village available to us today, you can really target efficiently your audience.
Right.
So one of the untruths would be, oh, I can't do that. Everybody, there are greeting cards everywhere. Yeah, but do they have your message to your niche, you know, with your special twist or flair?
There we go. Because the key is to not try to be American Greeting or Hallmark. The key is to come up with something that's unique. Passion versus necessity. People have passions, they have desires to build businesses, to reinvent themselves, but they have to deal with the necessity of paying bills. Help me out, Karyn. Help me out.
You don't have to trade one off for the other. The reality is, we have survival is the first level. That's the truth. We have to, you know, food, clothing, and shelter, right? And those are the things that you have to deal with. But the truth is, lots of things are born out of challenges. Adversity creates all kinds of opportunities and insights, you know, boiling back to the basics.
Yeah.
And taking one step at a time. Where we get trapped is we're saying, here we are at this basic place. I just have to get food on my table. But the imagination is a level playing field. And in your connections, your relationships, there's no one limiting you, the questions that you can ask, the people that you can attempt to contact, the digging in and learning more about just the details of the dream you're trying to create.
There we go. And we all get 24 hours in a day, Karyn.
That's right.
Hey, hold tight, Karyn. We're going to go to break. Then I want to talk to you about blind spots after the break. Ladies,
Absolutely.
What does it take to break through to a better you? Start a business, leave a man, work 2 jobs, develop a plan? We have Karyn Pettigrew with us, exploring self-value, getting out of a rut, and letting go of the nonsense. Get your questions together. Call me, 877-358-CLTV. Garrard McClendon Live, back in 2. Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. I've got Karyn Pettigrew in the mix with me tonight. Before I go to phones, Karyn, talk to me about blind spots quickly.
Oh, blind spots are the things we can't see. We don't recognize are keeping us from accomplishing our goals.
Yeah. Let me go to Debbie. Debbie, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. Debbie, what's your question or comment?
Hi, I just wanted to talk to you about, trying to go forward with my own aspirations and desires, and I feel like a lot of my family problems have stopped me from going forward with that.
Family. Hey, Debbie, thanks for the call. Listen up. She's got family that may be stopping her, but is it really her family? Talk to me, Karyn.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, you have to be responsible for your own dreams. And the key is to stop talking to people who want to bring you down.
Yeah.
So if they can't support you, you just have to hold that closer to the vest and one step at a time.
That's right. Hey, steady wins the race. Let me go to Angela next. Angela, you're on Garrard McClendon Live. Angela, what's your question or comment?
Hi, Garrard. My question is, my passion is, I want to change careers. I want to get into the financial arena, the stock market, stock exchange, and I have just been running into dead ends.
Thank you so much, Angela. She's running into dead ends, Karyn. Wants to get into financials. Advice.
Define exactly what it is that you want to do. Be clear. You said financials, but what area of financial? And then seek out people who are already in the industry. Start with conversations.
Yeah, and many times when people start purchasing mutual funds or stocks, they do it without studying the market or studying those particular stocks. Karyn, I appreciate you being on the show tonight. Final comments, and where can we reach you?
You can reach me at kpconsulting.biz or Karyn, Karyn, at kpconsulting.biz. And the final advice is one step at a time. Stay true to your dreams. It happens, but you have to believe.
I appreciate you being on Garrard McClendon Live. Thanks to you, Karyn Pettigrew, for being on the show. I also want to thank Sherry Shepard for being on the show as well. I want to thank my crew here at Garrard McClendon Live. I want to say big thanks to Brian, Carolyn, Eddie, and also Jerry Riles and Tyra Martin for booking our guests tonight. I appreciate them. You have to stay positive at all times. Many times we get in a rut. We have family or friends around us possibly preventing or keeping us from our goals. But if you really have a goal in mind, you've got to keep your eye laser focused on that goal. And you have to simply let nothing get in your way. Hey, you can always get better. And as I always say, stay positive. Keep your head up, and you always, always, always have to be encouraged. Good night.